know, there's a lot of people that want to win championships, and there's a few people that will do everything they have to win a championship. Doesn't matter how much effort, we're going to do everything we can control to get us in that position. You ready?
Ready. So much on the line, we have one bad race, like that could be it for us.
This could dictate our championship. It's going to test machine, it's going to test a man. There's a lot of chances for things to go wrong, and it only takes one. You come out here with championship aspirations, you want to do good at this first race.
Walking through the city in the middle of the night, there's still so much light all around. They say walking is for fools, but that isn't what I found. When the city never sleeps.
Heck yeah, we made it out here. It's nice weather, bluebird days. We got some work to do. Get ready for this crazy week. Trying to keep the nerves down a little bit, you know, keep the anxiety low. It's tough. When you know what's ahead of us for a week, it's tough to keep calm. But we got some clutch testing, some shock testing. We got that brand new car we get to go play with. So we get that stuff done, and then pre-running begins.
It's definitely kind of a dicey situation starting the season out with a brand new car. You know the old saying, new car blues. We've had them before. This year being so much on the line, it makes it tough. Like if we have one bad race, like that could be it for us.
It does look really good. It's bright.
Kind of crossing our fingers at this point that we don't have any issues.
Going out to test drive the new desert car for the first time. He hasn't drove it yet, and got a little misfire issue this morning. Not sure what that's all about, but it's cleared out and it's running. Maybe a little air bubble in the fuel line, maybe because I just added a 2-foot chunk of hose to it with a valve on it. So we'll see how that goes. That's short.
The first race of the season always kind of sets the tempo for the season, and it seems like we never do good at the first race of the year. I mean, we've tried to prep, we've tried to get ready, we've tried to do everything we can to put ourselves in a good position to do good for this race, because this could dictate our championship. You know, if we come out here and we DNF in this first race, which is potentially one of the roughest races of the year, that's not a good start to the season. That's not a good start for a championship. So you come out here with championship aspirations, you want to do good at this first race.
That makes me so freaking happy, dude.
First run was a success. Had me nervous for a minute. Had a misfire, but we just put fuel lines on it, changed some stuff, so maybe just air in the lines. Wishful thinking. But run's good, drive's good. Just need to do some shock tuning now. Real.
I've been prepping for this race for 2 months now. I'm building a new car, and it's a big ordeal to come out here and try to win. We have a championship that we have our eyes on this year, and it's all about the time that's prepped in the shop. Realistically, these races are won. Changing the secondary out, seeing if we can get any better, but it's pretty close.
Just ready for a good weekend date night. But this weekend, the date night's gonna be with King of the Hammers. She ain't gonna have an easy, break-in process, if you know what I'm saying. You know, sparing no effort to try to win a championship. We'll stay out here all night clutch testing. We'll swap these things until we feel like it's perfect and ready to race, you know. Dude, by far the biggest difference, dude. It's literally night and day difference from what the other setups were. No comparison.
What we're here for, man, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll just have to race on this setup, pull it off, and put it on that car. Okay. That makes it worth it.
So normally what we do for this race is we'll pre-run for the rock race, and then we'll get ready for it. That takes enough time in itself. This year, we've got 2 races. There's a desert race, and there's a rock race, all within 2 weeks. It's put a lot of pressure, a lot of stress on me, a lot of stress and pressure on DJ and the team.
We don't get to pre-run many courses. This is one that we get to pre-run. And so it's full focus on this Best in the Desert Championship. We have to do good at this race.
Don't do that, you.
here, man. Make all the sacrifices that we need to make and spend all the time we need to spend and get that hardware at the end of the year.
There's so many racers out there trying to run the desert section right now, and so we're dealing with dust all day, and we're trying to make good notes while you're pre-running. It's tough. It really takes a good strategy and good planning to get good pre-running done. But as soon as Sunday's over and that desert race is done, we immediately have to swap to rocks, and it's all rocks for the rest of the week. Fast, but the rough areas are just terrible rough. Try to get a couple more laps in and then start running the prologue course, and then yeah, get ready for qualifying.
It's a really fast course. A couple gotchas out there, but it's a really fun, fast, flowy course.
I'm not what you would call easy on a pre-runner, but it's one of those things. You try to take care of it, get as much pre-running in as you can, keep going, or you tear it down and try to swap the front diff and do all that work, and I'm willing to chance it.
And he's out there running the course 3 times a day, so put an equivalent of probably 3 races on this car out there. Knowing how he drives, I'm sure he's not in eco mode.
You could pull in here, you know, shake the tires and go to the house, but there's a lot of opportunities for things to go bad. You know, the more effort you put in, the more you benefit from that, and so it's reaping what you sow. But maybe it's good when we don't pre-run, because I just go out there unexpected and I drive cautiously, but also you get overconfident out here, it will absolutely get you. This year, it's a 40-mile qualifying loop. There's a lot of things that can happen in 40 miles, that's for sure. And when you're in qualifying mindset, you're laying everything out there. You're running as hard as you can. So it's definitely a combination for disaster as far as trying to get a good qualifying position.
The dust is just hanging like thick fog in the valley here.
No wind, so that's going to be absolutely terrible out there for them to deal with, especially starting behind the stock guys. So we're just going to hope for the best, run our race, and that's all we can do.
You're not going to win the race today, but you can definitely lose it. You know, I know you're going to be pissed off if you get 20th on the start for tomorrow, but I think it's better 20th there than braking and not finishing it. You know? You can't push it too much, unfortunately.
I agree. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys so much for everything. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Always nervous. Actually, I just started getting nervous whenever I started getting all my stuff ready, so it'd be weird if I didn't get nervous.
Oh, that TV's already blacked out dust. Oh, man.
First year they ran the T1s out here for 6 weeks. This is a barren desert when they started. They turned it into a city, which is impressive.
Yeah, man, the dust is already setting in. It's crazy. I'm just sitting here trying to watch qualifying and seeing everything that's going on, man. These guys are already in blackout dust, just trying to do their qualifying loop. It's going to be tough qualifying, that's for sure. All the crying's done now. All we can do is get it on. Oh, man, it's fixing to get wild. Qualifying time is on top of your race times. You know, if you have a flat or you have a belt change or some problems out there, that immediately dictates how much time you're going to start in at the race. And so it's an accumulation of time, including your qualifying time. So it's very, very dangerous, man, to take big chances in qualifying.
Nervous?
Hey guys.
Really? Done everything we can, man.
You guys got tractor and transponder?
Yes, ma'am.
Load up, let's go.
Let's go.
Dude, you're up there, yeah.
We got it.
It definitely makes things a little bit more interesting, a little bit more complicated, and just a little bit more stress and pressure on us.
You know, are you willing to chance running a 40-mile qualifying loop as hard as you can and then turn right around and run a 180-mile race? And for us, the answer is no, is we're not willing to do that. So it's qualify, put 40 miles on the car, tear it all the way down and re-prep this car again to be ready for the race. And it's all mean, it's all for the hunt for the championship. It's, you know, we're not going to leave anything to chance. There's certain things we can control and certain things we can't control. And what we can control is getting the car ready, prepping, pre-running, and all of that. And so we're going to do all of that to our best ability to set us up to win.
You ready? Yep, ready.
Every day I go to work.
What's the northerly dip? You know about them? Yep, dip right here. Big drop at the end where your car's right. Put it in your toes. Big drop right here. Hard right, 1.2, straight till the end, no danger. No, it's immediate left sweeper to the lake bed. Take care of the speed through here. Dump the tire in here. All left, go. 8, 7, straight over, Chris. 6, 5, 4, yep, danger through here, danger. Got it. Right downhill. Push you out here, leave it like that in a second.
That fast time out of all UTVs, man. 2 minutes faster than any stock class UTV right now in our class. So
Got a fast time to qualify. Woo! Yeah, buddy, 2 minutes ahead, man. He is awesome. He smoked them all. Smoked them all. Yeah! Woo! Good job, man. Get you some of that. Awesome. Number 1. That was a clean run.
Man, that's awesome. That's freaking awesome. He was rolling today.
No mistakes. Qualifying went so freaking good. Like, perfect. Calls were on point. DJ's driving was on point. I think it shows. I think we're hoping we're up in the top
I mean,
somewhere.
it looked like you guys were on a sugar high coming in. Like that, went up that bank. Get a little nervous just for a slight moment. I was like, nah, they got it. They're figured out.
Dustin Battle Axe Jones, which he would have been probably, I'm going to say a second quicker if he would have split that ridge and filled his cap full of dust 2 corners before the end.
It was one of those things of like, you got to take a lot of chances where you can. You got to take care of the car where you have to.
Woo, son. Good job. This is the first time I've been up to King of Hammers, and to have that fast time, I'm kind of a new setup this year too, where the prologue is part of the race time. So to have the fastest time and potentially have the pole position tomorrow, that's awesome. Getting that 2-minute head start coming out of off the starting line would be great.
Conditions have significantly gotten worse, even from yesterday. You know, after all the cars get done qualifying today, I would imagine tomorrow come race day, dustier and rougher. I feel confident our notes are dialed, the car's dialed, to go out and execute what we've been practicing and planning to do for the last year.
That thoroughness translates into winning all the time. You know, if you leave something undone, it'll come back and bite you. So anxious to have everything done just right, yes.
We're going into the race, and it looks like we qualified first overall UTV, which is just crazy to think that. You know, we're laying everything out there. We did in qualifying today, and we did what we had to do to put down that heater to put us up front. It's time to lay it all out there. You know, tomorrow is D-Day. It's time to put up or shut up. It's race time, and you know, you never know what's going to happen. But we're going to give it our all tomorrow for sure, and we're going to try to put ourselves in a position to do good this year. You know, there's a lot of people that want to win championships, and there's a few people that will do everything they have to win a championship. And the cards will fall how they will this season, but we're going to do everything that we have to put ourselves in position to win that championship. And it doesn't matter how much work, doesn't matter how much time, doesn't matter how much effort. We're gonna do everything we can control to get us in that position.
10 minutes. Tone harnesses on. All right, man. Good luck today. We'll be watching. All right.
You know, it could set the tone for the entire rest of the year. Like if we do bad, then the first of our year starts off bad, and that kind of does something to your confidence there. You know, but if we do good, you know, it also sets the tone for us to have a really great year. So I think we really need to do good.
Just like any other race, I take it as our last. Most importantly, I want both wins. I want the one for the championship and the rock race win out here. That would mean a lot. Take that big trophy and that paycheck home.
Father in heaven, I just ask that you just protect these guys and just be with them, keep them safe, let them be able to race hard, let them find the right lines, let them keep the car together and get home safe, and just have a great day in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you for taking time to do that.
These guys are nervous because they can't wait to get started. Excellent.
Radio set.
Check.
It's quite a race to open the season with. It's going to test machine. It's going to test man. It's going to be a true testament to how this new car is built. You know, and under me, it's a feat to keep a car together. It's a big undertaking, especially as rough as this race is. There's a lot of chances for things to go wrong, and it only takes one.
Let's go get this beat.
Dustin Battle Axe Jones is the first one off.
Danger dip all the way through here.
No need for the B-roll, I was masked up with no hero.
Oh my God, the water right there. Thank you. Hard left and hard right. Hard left right here. Long straight to his heartbreak ridge.
They've pre-ran that desert course 4 times. He says it's dang near just got it memorized now, which is awesome.
There's a lot on the line. There are big implications for this desert race, and I want to give ourselves every chance that we can to win.
Was the cover exploded? No. All right. Is it neutral? It's in neutral. Start the car. Let's go.
The amount of prep that him and the crew at the shop have put into these cars to make sure that when we come out here, we have to do as little prep as we can to keep these cars going.
Man, we've been running that car for 2 days and it wasn't perfect. And now coming back across the second lake bed, they blew their second belt. So, don't know what to do with that.
We're out here testing and racing at the same time, so it's kind of a good thing. So figure this out now before we have to really push hard in our points paying series.
Crank it up.
About mile marker 75, and we're sitting at mile marker 90.
Here!
I'll be here shortly.
This car filled up fast. Getting out of here, back in the desert. Two miles.
78 to pits. Do you have a copy?
X3 has a copy.
Now we need belts. We need a rear left tire change, and we might as well change these clutches.
I have 3 belts here.
Start the car.
Coming in the pit.
Where are the belts?
Right here. Primary back up.
Did you get the primary off?
That's what I'm at.
Yeah, just bolt it up and tear the box off.
I borrowed it. I borrowed it.
Yeah. Go ahead, bud. Just fumbled it basically, long story short. That's about all I got to say about that.
Just a lot of people don't understand the sacrifice that goes into trying to run up front all the time, and it's a gamble every time. You know, we could go out and break in the first 10 miles and our day be over. But our guys are always going to work hard to try to make sure we're up there.
Dude, I can't believe that pit stop. Upsets me, man. It really does.
Big Buddy, can you hear me? This is Big Wood.
Excitement going on out there right now. The excitement for the guys that are coming into 10 miles to the finish, they got a flavor of excitement that you don't have with the guys that are gritting up to go out later today.
Time passed, wedding day, and my feet turned cold at the tone of those wedding bells. I felt bad, everybody.
Oh man, we just pulled up to the finish line at King of the Hammers, and just to get it done, just to finish out here is a feat. But we started off strong, qualified position 1, and then it went downhill from there. So it was a rough day, long day, but we made it. King of the Hammers is tough.
How was the race out there for you, Mr. Jones?
Well, like everybody says in their post-race report, it was going great until it wasn't going great. Then some drivetrain issues. Had to get out of the car 4 or 5 times, and so honestly, I'm surprised there's not more people in front of us. So very thankful for that. I mean, King of the Hammers is just a testament to how cars hold up and how far these UTVs have come, because it is so rough out there and so wild. Like, people that don't get to see the track, you can't imagine how beat up everybody is after that. And it's impressive that these Can-Ams hold up to it.
All right, well, give it up for Dustin Jones and the other Dustin in the driver's seat right now.
Well, it wasn't a win, but we finished, and it's not horrible. I know we ain't gonna get on no podiums, but the car held together, and they made it to the finish, and it wasn't too bad. I mean, I'm sure they're hopefully in the top 10. That'd be really good, but we'll see where it lands. I don't know yet.
You good, buddy? Yeah, I'm good. What's wrong? Nah, me too, man. Me too. We were prepared and everything was right and the car was dialed. Wasn't from lack of effort, that's for sure. Everything was good. Not upset. We had a good run. All things considered, we had a good run. Car did good. It's something we couldn't control. We tried, right? We tried to clutch test, and I felt great about the clutching.
Fumble that pit stop.
Oh, it's all good, dude. Get a plan and just learning. We've never had a big pit stop like that. Man, King of the Hammers got us again. Good news is we do have a throwaway race this season. The bad news is you don't use it on your first race. So, is the championship lost right now? Maybe not. Maybe not. Could it be? Yeah, it definitely could be. Especially if we have another bad race. You don't want to burn your throwout race on the first one. Man, it was a crazy desert race today, and we were kind of down on ourselves because it was tough. And we felt like we gave up a lot of time, but we got back in the car every time. Dustin changed the belts quick. We pushed hard, and man, we just got news a second ago that we won. We won the production class for the desert race, and so never would have thought about that, but we had a great qualifying. That time stacked on top of our race time, so we already had a little bit of a head start. And even between stopping and changing the belts, the times that we were running hard enough to pull off the win out here at King of the Hammers, man. Maybe we broke the curse. Maybe that's a tale of things to come, but we finally won a race out here at King of the Hammers.
It's a really good feeling, man. It's so encouraging. It just gives you so much confidence and motivation going into the next race, going into this entire season. So I hope it's a precursor for how the rest of the season will be. It certainly gives us confidence and motivation.
For us, the desert race was the focus because that is the work towards the championship. So to start off with a win for the season is absolutely incredible, man. Not only does it set the tempo and the vibe for the season, but also it puts us in a good position for points. There's still a lot of fast guys out there, and it's going to be a battle to the end, but man, what a great start to the season.
You know, typically after a hard desert race like this where you take a beating, you know, it's time to load up and, you know, make the 24-hour drive back home. But not for us. We got to turn right back around, qualify tomorrow for the rock race. So it's just like wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.